My name is Erica Andrus, also known as The Dead Girl from Horror Happenings with The Dead Girl. I run a haunt, horror, and convention-themed podcast on YouTube. I'm here today to interview the cast and crew for the web series Little Z. Joining me is Chris Ballinger, the writer-director for Little Z. Where did the concept for Little Z come from?
When I started doing the OIF film festivals here in Orlando, my first film was Art of the Deal, and Lily, Anzi, who plays Lily on Little Z, she was in my first film. And at the end of that ceremony, she came up to me because they announced a horror category for their next film festival. And she's like, she calls me Mr. Chris, so she was like, she was actually tugged, now she was shorter then, so she tugged on my shirt and she's like, hey, Mr. Chris, I want to be in a horror movie. And I was just, she was just so sweet and innocent. And her mother's like, stop it, leave me alone. And I was like, yeah, I'll write a horror movie. And at that time, I had been watching Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix, and it just kind of just popped in my head to like, just switch that up a little bit and make it a little zombie girl instead. So that's where it grew into, from where it is now. From there to now.
Okay. Where do you see it going?
Well, that was the thing. It's like that was a standalone movie, but it was almost shot like an episode because I kind of had a little cliffhanger ending to it. So I was like, in the back of my mind, I thought of making it a series. And then once I wrote it and it did really well in the festival, the OIF festival, I was like, that's it. I'm gonna make it a series. I think it has a lot more to tell than just a one movie kind of thing. So I see it as episodes, right? And so I went back and wrote 5 more episodes to go along, so to make it a 6-episode series. And then I've written just basic outlines of 2 more seasons. So I like to make it go as a series for as long as I can get it to go and get it on some kind of platform. So that's why we're here today.
Now, what have been some of the challenges that you've had about filming the first episode and then getting ready to turn it into a series?
Some of the challenges, well, for the first episode, I had a few people cancel out. Like any kind of filming in movies happen, people come and go. So I lost a couple people on the last few days before we started principal shooting. So that was a challenge. The shooting the 2 days went smoothly, pretty smoothly. I was trying to compact 12 minutes into 2 days, which is a lot to shoot in that time frame.
What were some of the challenges about turning that first episode into a full-blown series?
That is a whole other ball game. I had to learn about crowdfunding because we're doing a crowdfunding campaign for this series. And that's something I had never done before. I didn't know about it. Learn about distribution. It's a whole nother type of animal. So I've had to learn how to crowdfund and then learn how I'm going to get this thing distributed and what ways it can be distributed. Because times are changing. People are home more now, and there's more video on demand and stuff like that. So I think it has a place, and we can find a place for it. It's just getting it out there and getting it known.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This is Erica for Horror Happenings with The Dead Girl. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure that you check out the crowdfunding and show your support. This series is going to be something that you can really sink your teeth into.